How's it, my Blues? Welcome to the Halftime Blues podcast, episode number 5. We are super excited. My name is Sean. I am a Chelsea FC supporter, and my co-host is
Joshua.
And you are a?
Of course, I support Manchester City.
Of course, has to be Man City because that's obviously what our blog's about and our podcast is about. We're a blog podcast, a Chelsea Man City podcast.
We only like blue teams.
Only blue teams, yeah.
All the other red ones are not so nice.
And they're not playing too well, are they?
Neither is Chelsea, but yeah.
Well, we'll get straight into it. But before we do, have you had a good week?
I did, thank you very much.
You're traveling?
I was away. I was touring the country.
Touring the country?
I had a fancy ball to go to.
Wow.
I couldn't watch much of the City games, but I caught up with the highlights.
Nice.
And yourself?
Not much. I just played squash against this dude who absolutely killed me, and I can't walk for the last 3 days.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
That's enough of us. What's been happening around Europe in the footballing world? Whoops.
Well, Everton killed Sunderland yesterday.
They did.
6-2.
6-2, and I think it was 2-2 at one point, wasn't it?
It was. Everton were up to 2-0. Sunderland came back with some decent goals, and then
the Kone show happened.
Yeah, that guy.
What is the Kone and Lukaku show?
He's the fifth Ivorian to score a hat-trick in the Premier League.
Wow. Okay, so the others surely are Drogba,
and I don't know who the others are.
Yeah, who cares?
Okay, so that was...
Did you see Lukaku's...
His cross.
Oh, it was that second last goal.
The outside of his left foot was insane.
And it was true. I remember the commentator saying, if Messi had made that, we would be going like mental. But the fact that Lukaku made it is racism. No, it's just, but it's true. It's like, it was great, but it hasn't like gone around like viral. I think it was absolutely amazing. Anyway, that's just Messi for you. Anything he does...
People lose their minds.
They lose their minds. Arsenal also did really well.
Yeah, they keep doing really well.
Yeah,
well,
quite
whoa. Before we talk too highly of Arsenal, they did lose 3-0 to Sheffield Wednesday.
That's true. Sheffield who?
In the Capital One Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, they had a few injuries there, and they didn't have their strongest team, but come on.
You surely expect them to beat a team.
And if they're going to go out to Sheffield Wednesday with even a weak Arsenal team, like, at least go down to penalties and lose on penalties.
Yeah, like Chelsea did.
Yeah, like Chelsea did. But you did that against a Prem team.
Yeah.
Not a championship team.
Or a dirty Prem team.
So that was terrible by Arsenal. I laughed. Yeah. I wish that would just happen to them in the Premier League, though.
Yeah, but they seem to be doing really well. What do you think their chances are?
I think they'll come second.
Not beat you guys?
No, we'll win.
They'll pull an Arsenal.
They'll come second.
Yeah.
They'll beat United, I think.
Yeah. I think the only challenge for you guys at the moment, I feel, is Arsenal. And if they don't pull an Arsenal somehow, then I think you have a serious problem because they could...
Yeah, but I think we should assess this when we've played Arsenal twice.
Because you haven't played any games.
I haven't played them.
Okay, well, that would be a different story.
Yeah.
And United also...
Cock. Excuse my language.
Not doing too well.
Yeah.
Just no firepower.
They haven't scored in the last 3 games.
Really? Wow.
So
I did not expect that.
They drew to us at Old Trafford, but that was a good result for us.
Yes.
Who did they play in?
It was a Capital One Cup, I want to say Middlesbrough. Is that right?
Yeah, wasn't that a 0-0?
It was away.
A 0-0, and then they lost on penalties.
That's right, yeah.
And now they couldn't score against Crystal Palace.
Wow.
And Alan Pardew actually said in a press conference after that game is, stop Martial, you stop United.
I think there's a lot of truth.
There's a lot of truth in that.
Seems like they can't get it together. They can't score. It just reminds me of another team, but we'll get to that a bit later. But outside of England, any news?
Bayern Munich drew.
Oh yeah, they did. I think they
lost. Well, they in the Bundesliga. They had like a 10 or 11 game win streak.
Yeah,
like they set new records and stuff, and they drew. So that was a bit boring to them. I'm sure though they're gonna look to respond to the draw and the loss.
Oh yeah.
Against Arsenal in the Champions League,
and they're playing
play Arsenal
in Germany
at their stadium.
Yeah, so it's good luck for Arsenal.
Yeah,
there.
I think Arsenal might just get a hiding.
I think so too.
Look, I thought that Arsenal were going to get a hiding in the first game, so you never know what's going to happen.
But it was at home, and playing in the Allianz Arena is always tough.
Yeah, it is.
And then they're
going to push for that whole 90-something minutes. I mean, I remember when we played Bayern last year at the Allianz Arena. Like literally in the 89th minute they scored and beat us 1-0.
Really?
So
I don't remember that.
It was a tough place to go because they will not stop attacking you, and their possession game is seriously strong.
Yeah, but I think with this game, if Arsenal lose, they pretty much aren't guaranteed. What's the word? They're not guaranteed to go through to the next round.
I think so.
So it's a massive game.
Massive game. But listen to this. During that very embarrassing Capital One defeat to Sheffield Wednesday, Oxlade-Chamberlain got injured.
Yes.
Walcott came on for him and got injured.
Yeah.
So they now have young players on the side.
Yeah.
That are going to play for them. I don't know if they can pull that off at the Allianz Arena without Walcott and
the Ox.
The Ox, yeah.
The Ox is a pretty
and
good
the Ox is only come on because Ramsey is out with injury.
Yeah. But
so
injuries are starting again.
Yeah.
And their depth isn't as good as other teams. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with the Arsenal.
Maybe what they'll do is they'll put in some more defensive midfielders and then they'll try to sneak a 1-0 win if they defend the whole time, basically. And then...
I mean, that's how we won the Champions League. So... why can't they?
Yeah.
Another big match as well. I think it's PSG versus Real. Is that right?
Yeah.
Coming this week.
The Champions League, yeah.
But that's at Madrid?
That's at the Santiago Bernabeu.
Okay, so that should be interesting.
I think Real Madrid will beat them.
I think so too. And hopefully we'll see goals in that match.
Because their first game was 0-0 draw.
And that was a big build-up for nothing.
Yeah.
Because that was a boring match.
Boring, yeah.
So please, Zlatan and Cristiano, switch yourselves out.
To score some goals.
But then
I don't think Zlatan will get any chance to score goals though.
Yeah.
Because against Real Madrid, the first time around, he was just all alone. He had no support. They couldn't get it out to him. And at the same time, he's getting old now. He doesn't work very hard.
No, he doesn't. He just
kind of wants everything fed to him, and then he will put it away, obviously.
Let's start with Man City.
Okay.
So, going back a week, you guys played Capital One Cup against
Crystal Palace.
Yes.
Dominated them 5-1 at home. Kelechi Iheanacho, our 19-year-old Nigerian striker, racked up 2 assists and got a goal.
That's impressive.
And one of his assists was so sweet. He just took on 3 guys in the box, managed to squeeze it through those 3 guys and got it to De Bruyne for a tap-in. He did all the work. It was just an easy tap-in. Really impressive. And the play that built up to that between all the midfielders and Bonnie and everyone was impressive. It was pass to Iheanacho. 3 Oaks were going for him. He slipped the ball out to De Bruyne, open tap-in. It was excellent. Awesome. And then another one of our youngsters, an 18-year-old Manu Garcia, he also scored.
And who do you guys play next?
In the Capital One Cup?
Yeah. Wasn't it Hull City?
Hull City at home.
That's nice and easy.
Yeah, nice draw.
I seriously think you guys will win. That's a nice cup for you guys to take. Because I think Liverpool or maybe... Is Tottenham still in it? I think they might be.
They might be.
Liverpool and Tottenham are your only true rivals there, and
Yeah.
I don't see them doing it. Maybe Liverpool if
Yeah.
they somehow, if Klopp inspires them, but
Yeah, I think it should. Well, look, it's now down to quarterfinals.
yeah,
We'll definitely make semi-final if we
Yeah.
get a look. Liverpool and Tottenham might not make past quarterfinals, so you never
That's
know.
true.
I think we'll probably beat Hull.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And then Premier League, just this past weekend.
we notched a seriously close win against Norwich.
Yeah.
It was a 2-1 win. Could have been a 3-1 win. Should have been a clean sheet though, because Joe Hart made a terrible mistake.
Man, a howler.
Dropped the ball
Literally.
right in front of goals, and off of a cross that he usually catches no problem. Any goalkeeper.
Simple pickings.
And then the striker obviously notched it in. But you know what? Even the best make mistakes. I've seen Manuel Neuer make terrible mistakes.
It's true.
And we managed to win in the end, which showed our guts, our ambition to win stuff this year. So it was good. Torre obviously took the penalty and slotted it home like he always does.
Yeah.
And I think he must have gone off. I didn't watch the game. He must have been subbed because we got another penalty. Sterling got both the penalties for us, which was pretty good after coming off the bench. And Kolarov missed the penalty. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
So we should have won 3-1. And we could have actually won. It could have been a 6-1 game because the chances that Bonnie had, and he played well.
He did.
Got some shots on target. Keeper made some saves. Missed a couple, but the link-up play between him and Iheanacho and all the guys was really good. So, yeah,
And
positives to take from that.
yeah, what I was talking about earlier with you is that it's a very different City to last year, where you're winning games that you would usually have lost or drawn last year. But you're grinding out those ugly results, if you want to call it that, ugly wins.
Last year we were up some games, like 1 or 2-0.
Yeah.
And the team would come back and draw with us.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't pull out a win.
Yes.
Last year we were beating QPR 2-0. They came back 2-2.
2-2, I remember that.
We were beating Burnley 2-0. They came back 2-2.
Yeah.
So we've come back to win a lot of games that last year we wouldn't have done. So yeah, I agree with you. It's good to see. That's the type of mentality a team has to have if you want to win.
Yeah, I think you guys will probably win the league. At the moment, I don't see any other, besides Arsenal, and they usually pull an Arsenal and don't do it in the end. So
yeah,
I think you guys might do it. Another incident that I saw, I think it was a few weeks ago in the Champions League, was apparently they want to fine your club because of the supporters when they started booing the Champions League anthem that happened.
That is true. I will get back to you. Sorry, I just wanted to see the next Premier League fixture.
Oh.
Which is Aston Villa away. Okay, cool. I thought it was Liverpool.
Is that the following week?
So Aston Villa away this coming Sunday, and then on November the 21st is Liverpool at home.
All right. Hopefully Liverpool can pull something off there.
Although, yeah, they did it at the bridge, but the bridge is more like a...
The bridge at the moment is
more like
collapsing.
A broken down stream.
Yeah.
Bridge is just floating away in the river.
It's just terrible. Terrible.
So yes, let's get back to that Champions League. So against Sevilla,
yes,
at home, our supporters boo. Well, they do it in every Champions League game, apparently this year. They boo the Champions League anthem.
Why would they do that?
So they do that because last season, we got huge fines from UEFA for, the purchasing of players. We got that financial fair play ban on us. And then secondly, last year Moscow, they closed out the whole stadium for the game, for our Champions League game in Moscow, because their supporters were racist.
Mm.
And they said a whole bunch of racist chants and everything to black players of other teams. Meanwhile, they have black players in their team, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So they got a stadium ban for all of their supporters, and UEFA didn't reimburse the City supporters for the money they spent on the tickets for the game and for their flights.
Ooh, that sucks.
Which I can understand why they would be so angry about that.
So they booed back to stick it to the system.
They're booing the Champions League anthem because of the way that they conducted that stadium ban in Moscow.
And now the system's coming back at them and trying to find the club.
So apparently on the 17th of November, they would have finished their investigation. They're making a whole big thing about it.
Make a TV show out of it. That's
and then we'll hear what sort of...
So wait, who's getting fined? Who they find
They will find the club.
Oh, okay. If
it's a financial fine, I'm not too stressed.
Yeah.
Like if they want us to pay them some money, it's sure.
Yeah, your sheikh will just...
You can pay it off in a second.
Million, yeah.
That's not the problem. The problem for me would be if they do other fines. Like imagine they give us financial fair play fines or they ban our stadium so our supporters can't watch.
Oh, wow.
That would be...
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
Terrible.
Jeez.
So that is a huge thing that's happening. Company actually had an interview today and said that he fully supports the fans because he said that UEFA anthem is no holy anthem.
Yeah.
There's nothing special about
just
it.
A little song.
They're frustrated about what happened last year and there's no other way for them to voice their opinion.
Yeah, it's not like it's a national anthem.
Yeah.
That is a bit strange.
So I think UEFA just must get off their high horse.
Yeah. You hear that, UEFA? Get off your high horse.
And then lastly is the injury news. So Zabaleta, again, in the Capital One Cup, he twisted his knee again and got that injury that he got at the beginning of the year in his knee. They carted him off. His whole leg was strapped up. But apparently it's not as bad as the first time. So he'll be out, but I don't think for a couple months, which he was at the beginning of the season.
To your best, what's he, left back?
He's a right back, but he hasn't played much this season. Sanya's been doing really well, actually.
He has.
So I'm not too stressed about that. And Clichy and Delph are back. They were back in open training today.
Okay.
So I don't think they'll get a starting place.
I don't think Delph will ever get a starting place.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Delph. Yeah,
shame.
It's just all the midfielders are doing really well for us.
Yeah, they are.
So where can he fit in?
Exactly.
Maybe Capital One Cup.
Yeah, they might just give that to him.
Look, what type of midfielder is he? Attacking, defending? I don't know.
No, he used to play for Villa, and what are Villa? Are they attacking? Are they defending? They're kind of boring.
We don't know what they are.
Yeah, so I really don't know what he is. Yeah, I just don't see him fitting in. I don't think he'll ever get a starting position at City with your midfield. Yeah, maybe.
He might have just done it for the money.
The money, yeah.
Maybe just so he can have a medal or two. Because he's never going to get one.
Yeah.
Big Villa.
No.
Okay, so that's City news. On to Chelsea news now.
Chelsea! Woohoo!
This is going to be an interesting chat.
This is going to be a very interesting chat. Let's start a week back. Let's just say I'm terrible at predictions, but I did predict that we would lose Capital One Cup as well as our Premier League match against Liverpool.
And you were spot on.
I was spot on. So, just call me Nostradamus. The Capital One Cup, I think I watched half the match because I was out. I saw some of the highlights. Charlie Adam, Bardsley, that other defender of theirs. Those guys are just straight up thugs. They are so rough. Like, you call Costa pretty rough, but Charlie Adam is on another level.
We know he's dirty.
He is.
He looks like he owns a couple strip clubs and
yeah. I'm sure he does with the money that he's earned over his lifetime. But I mean, Charlie Adam took Costa to the hospital because of the tackles he put on him. So, very, very rough match.
Is that not maybe Costa
punching himself in the face?
Reaping what he sowed? Yeah,
it could be. It could be. All his little antics maybe getting back at him. It might be, but it was just a terrible game.
It might also be why the ref didn't make a call towards Costa.
Could have been.
Do you know what I mean? Like he didn't...
Well, like a little bit of payback. He was enjoying it.
Did he award lots of free kicks for Costa?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like the ref was making bad decisions.
No. he wasn't. Yeah, he did all right. They were just, I mean, and we know that Stoke is a very rough team. Every time you play them, you know they're going to give you the physical game, and they're just going to loft the ball to the front and play long balls.
Where is the giraffe?
Who's Peter Crouch?
Yeah.
I think he was on. I didn't see. Yeah, he was. He started, and then they took him off, and I can't even remember what the scoreline was at the moment. I'm trying to track my brain back that far. But I know that he came off, we went to, it was 1-0, and then we scored right at the end. That was it.
Remy scored.
That's it, yeah. Remy scored right at the end, like in extra time. Peter Crouch had already come off, and then we scored, taking into extra time, and they went down a man, which was very irritating for me, how Chelsea seemed to have lost that grip of being able to take full control of the game. So they were down to 10 men and starting extra time for another 30 minutes, and we couldn't score. And it's not like we couldn't score, we just couldn't work up any chances either. It's very frustrating as a Chelsea fan. I don't know what's going on. Like, we've lost our creativity. We need Frankie. Apparently there was a rumour of Drogba returning. But that got
Drogba
quickly squashed.
11 goals in 11 games.
Yeah, he's killing it over there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a completely different league, but he's scoring the goals. Good on him. But Chelsea, honestly, we are in disarray. The penalties, I don't know if you saw a penalty shootout. They were very good. All the penalties, all of Stoke's penalties, all of our penalties were amazing. Even Eden Hazard's penalty, because I don't like his penalty style where he stands back and he just rolls it into the goal, trying to trick the keeper. But this one, he gave it some power. And honestly, the keeper picked a side, he jumped, stuck his hand out. It was a great save. Nothing Hazard could do about it. Honestly, it was a great penalty, but even better save. And
it's just funny that
we were out.
Penalty take
was the one. But it's, bro, it's written in the stars. That's the way our season's going. You just knew that Eden Hazard would be the one to not score and get Chelsea kicked out of Capital One Cup, just the way things are going.
So that's Capital One Cup. That was already enough.
Heartache
yeah.
for me. I've had so much heartache this season.
And just when you thought that you
couldn't get any worse,
yeah.
Liverpool come to town.
Coutinho with 2 mad goals.
Coutinho, I messaged my friend as I was watching it. I said, he's just too good and we are too bad at the moment. And for me, that was the story of that match on the weekend. I mean, we started so brightly, and again, that is a picture of Chelsea not being able to take control of the game at the moment and just put it to bed. We scored right at the beginning, and then we just held back and allowed Liverpool to come back into the game. And I'll be honest, Mourinho's been irritating me with his complaining about the refs a lot, because I feel he should just take it on the chin and sort out some real problems. But I did feel a bit hard done by some of the calls in this match. Firstly, that extra time, like, I don't know where those extra 45 seconds come from. Like, yeah. I've never ever in my whole life ever seen a football match where in the first half, extra time, as soon as you get to that extra time, once it's done, the ref blows. No matter how far you're away from goal, unless it's even on corners, if you set up a corner, they'll stop and you don't take the corner. I've never seen it go that far over. And lo and behold, again, written in the stars, the way our season's going, we would concede in that moment. And for me, that just changed it, because Liverpool knew they were in it from there.
I was actually, excuse this, but I was actually sitting on the toilet during that match.
Wow, we're opening up, yeah.
And I turned the match on my phone and streamed it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This was second half. It was 1-1. And Liverpool just had possession all the time. They were just making chances.
They were.
But I just knew, I could see it, the way that they were playing, they were going to break through again.
Yeah. Also,
but I have to admit, that Benteke goal was quite weak.
What was Benteke's goal again? You need to remind me.
He was on the right-hand side and he kind of just like rolled it in to the left side.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, Coutinho's goals were amazing.
I think it could have got saved maybe, or definitely blocked.
Yeah.
Like, what were your defenders doing?
They don't. Our defense doesn't know what they're doing. And I wrote it in the blog that I wrote this week. I said, Chelsea's first priority, maybe in this January transfer window or in the summertime, is to buy the best young defenders in Europe.
You already got enough attackers.
Exactly. We need to buy the best defenders.
You've got guys who know how to attack.
Yeah.
Chances. What's up with Fabregas as well?
I just don't know. He's out of form, not playing well. He started on the bench and
Matic
he came on.
Well on the bench.
Matic didn't come on. I don't think he came on at all. Kennedy came on for Hazard. I don't know if you've seen that Kennedy kid.
Yeah.
As soon as he came on, like a minute, he nearly scored, and then later on he nearly scored again. The keeper pulled off a crazy save from him. But he's just amazing. He's not afraid. He's one player. He's just not afraid, like Willian, just to run at defenders and go for goal. So I really hope that he actually gets a few starts this season.
Hazard is just completely stopping in defenders and then passing the ball away. He doesn't even try to run it there.
No, he does. Exactly. He stops.
It's because he has no confidence to run it.
Yeah.
I think right now Hazard just thinks that whoever he tries to take on, they will stop him.
Yes. It's like a mental block almost. And then he literally just stands there, even against a run of play, will have a full-on counter ready for somebody to open up, and then he'll just stop. And all the defenders track back, and then we're a bit stuck. So another irritating part of that match was Lucas really should have been sent off, and Mark Clattenburg's, some of his calls were a bit ridiculous.
A chop though.
Like John Obi Mikel got a yellow card for his first offence, and then 2 minutes later, Lucas puts off a very cynical tackle on Ramirez, and should have got a second yellow and get sent off, because that's the standard that he just set.
Yeah, that is correct.
And then afterwards, he keeps
all refs
blowing the yellows.
Their second yellow, they always hesitate to give the second yellow because they know he's on a yellow and they don't want to send him off. It's like,
but yeah, you say that, but then Matic, I think a few weeks ago when he got his second yellow,
he got it straight up.
Yeah, so it's very irritating. Usually I don't like Mourinho blaming the refs, but this match I had to agree with him and it was a bit irritating.
Well, did he blame the ref?
No, he didn't. He just said,
I've got
nothing to say. That was hilarious, that interview. I got nothing to say.
Okay, so here's the next question. We didn't actually... Oh, yeah, out of the Capital One Cup.
Out of the Capital One Cup. Out of the Premier League.
Who's your next Prem?
It's Stoke. Away.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be fun.
You might just win it, but...
Yeah.
Although Stoke now have the belief that they can beat you.
To be honest, I think we'll win our next two matches, but that's being quite hopeful. And then just a question for you. What do you think is going to happen with Jose Mourinho?
The big question, back or sack? Jose Mourinho, back or sack? Honestly, I want him to get sacked.
Okay.
Because he's a damn good manager. He's doing really crap.
He is.
But Chelsea without Jose Mourinho just seems better for me. But at the same time, he's done so much for you guys, so you want him to be back.
Yeah.
Even if the whole season's a disaster and you guys nearly get relegated, I think he can turn it around next year. I think it's too late now. I think no one believes. It's already you really are so far down the Premier League table.
We are.
You guys are on 11 points.
Yeah. Leicester
City have 22 points. They have double the amount of points.
Yeah.
And they are a team who only got promoted in 2014.
That is how bad we are doing.
So the only things that you are still in terms of cups is the FA Cup. Obviously, you'll definitely be in that.
And Champions League.
But
I don't think we're going to win Champions League.
No.
FA Cup is probably our only hope of getting silverware.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Maybe Champions League, all of a sudden something happens. I don't know.
Maybe. Your group's easy. You'll definitely get through.
Then it's getting to those bigger teams. But I don't know if you heard the Chelsea supporters. I thought it was pretty cool. As we were 3-1 down to Liverpool, they were still chanting Jose's name.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, okay, so they definitely want him to stay. I want him to stay.
That's good.
But we'll have to see what happens.
At the same time, you want results.
Exactly. And I heard reports that apparently from a few people who have inside scoops that it's imminent that he's gone. After the Stoke City match, it'll be announced because I think that's just before another international break.
Okay.
So that'll give them a bit of time to search for new managers. So
I've heard some rumours that apparently all the players at Chelsea are expecting him to be sacked.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. Like you said, probably waiting for the international break.
Yeah.
And I also heard another rumor from like a high up sports journalist who posted on his Twitter that Jose Mourinho was sacked after the Liverpool game, but they're not going to announce it yet.
Jeez. So next week in our podcast, we might be talking about who's going to be the next Chelsea manager. Wow.
Which I'm hoping is Brendan Rodgers.
Or Rafa Benitez. Oh dear. Well, look forward to that. Join us next week for that. It's game time.
Yes.
Game time. Because we've got 2 games.
Okay, well, let's do the new one first.
Okay.
What are we going to call it?
Well, basically, the game is I'll give you 3 Chelsea facts and I'll ask you in which year did this happen, and you got to try.
So we'll call it which year?
Which year? In which year? If you get it bang on the right year, you get 3 points. If you get it closest to 1 year, so 1 year either side, then you get 1 point.
Okay.
So if it's 1956 and you pick 1957, you get a point.
Okay.
So I'll give you 3 questions.
Okay, do you want to go first?
Yeah. All right, let me just find it over here.
Okay, this is it.
All right, so I don't know how hard yours were, but
Mine on. Well,
we'll see.
We'll see.
Okay. In which year did Chelsea win their first FA Cup?
That's all right. Long ago. 1967.
Ooh, that's close. Almost 1970. So you almost there. So, but 0 because you didn't get it.
Yeah.
0 points. Okay, one that's a little bit easier. Juan Mata. Have you ever heard him talk?
Yes.
He talks like a weirdo.
Yeah.
Juan Mata. He joined Chelsea Football Club. He signed for Chelsea Football Club in the summer of which year?
I'm going to say 2010.
Oh, you get 1 point. It's 2011.
Okay.
Okay, so 1 point. So you're 1 out. All right. And then the third question is, Chelsea scored 100 Premier League goals in which season?
Not last season. So, did you win the Premier League in that season?
I can't say, because then you could hopefully, most likely work it out.
2008.
Oh, 2010. You
I only got 1 point.
You only got 1 point.
Damn. You're
Only got
bound
1
to win
point.
this, bro.
Really?
I think so.
I feel it. I feel it's
Okay.
like you're gonna win.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just forget about that.
Yeah, just put it behind you.
Like what you need to do about the
Chelsea
Chelsea
season.
season.
Yeah.
Okay. In which year did Yaya Toure sign for Manchester City?
Oh,
From Barcelona.
Barcelona. I'm gonna go with. Which year did you guys win? You won that epic season, which was 2011. I'm gonna say 2010.
Bang on.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on! Yes! Yes!
3 points.
I already won it!
Okay, in which year was the Etihad Stadium built?
Etihad Stadium built.
Well, open, you know?
Yeah. Etihad Stadium, that's when your sheikh came in and you guys in 2005, you were not even around because we were dominating then. I would say 2000 and... Ooh, it's between 7 and 8. I'm going to say 8. What?
2002.
Really?
Before the Sheikh was even around.
Really?
Somehow we built a big stadium.
Oh, jeez, I don't know your history too well. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm way off there. Ah, that's interesting.
So, yeah, you still win though. Lucky for you.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, which year did City kill United 6-1 at Old Trafford?
Kill United
6-1.
I'm going to say... Oh, wow. That's weird. I have to figure out. I'm going to say this 2 years ago, so 2013?
Mm-mm.
What?
2011. It was the season where Aguero pulled off that epic win. We beat them. We had the same points as them, but we beat them on goal difference. And that was basically down to that.
Wow.
Because we minused a whole bunch of their goal difference, and we plussed a whole bunch of ours.
Jeez, okay.
So
I win it. Ah, yeah.
Sean wins it with getting the year that Yaya Toure signed for City at 2010. I must admit mine were a little bit easier than yours, but we'll get about that. FA Cup in 1970, like I'm going to know that. Anyway, no hard feelings.
No, not at all. All
right,
right,
next game is our weekly game.
Minute to win it.
Yes.
Minute to win it. All right, so how the game works is I give Josh gives me a player, a manager, or a football club, and you have a minute to just list off as many facts that come to your mind as possible within that minute. And then we tally up the scores at the end, see who gets the most. Okay, so I think, who went first last time?
Not sure.
I think, well, City are in the lead, so I think City should go first.
Okay.
All right, so it's football manager, player, or club. Who did I give you last week?
Last
I
week,
think I gave you a club.
before you gave me Ronaldo, last week you gave me...
I don't remember. I can't remember. I'm trying to mix it up.
I can't remember. No, didn't you give me a manager?
Pellegrini. No, you gave me
I
Pellegrini.
gave you Pellegrini.
Okay. I can't remember who I gave you.
Okay.
I think I got one.
Okay.
Okay, so your person, manager, or football club to talk about for a minute is Bayern Munich Football Club.
Ooh. Okay, their captain is Philipp Lahm. They're from Germany. Their stadium is called the Allianz Arena. They are a mad attacking team. They lost to Arsenal in the Champions League a couple of weeks back.
Cheap points.
One of their best players has to be Ian Robben. Pep Guardiola is their manager. Jerome Boateng fell on his face for Bayern Munich when Messi scored against him last season.
Nice.
Their name says Bayern München, but everyone says Bayern Munich.
20 seconds.
Their colour is like red, white, and black. Their fans have this weird like chant when they score, and in their stadium it's crazy atmosphere.
10 seconds.
They are really, really good.
Oh, yeah, you get it. Cheap point. 3, 2.
Time!
Yeah. Boom. 12 facts.
I think I got them all right.
Yeah, pretty sure. I mean, some of them are very cheap, but
you
get there. I know. A point is a point, bro.
The cheap ones are necessary.
You could, if you talk about a player, you could say he has one nose, two eyes, and they're all points. So,
okay,
my turn.
Your turn. Let me just think. Who am I going to ask you to speak about? I've given you a player. Again, it's time for a team as well.
All right.
I will give you.
Yeah.
Not a big team like Bayern Munich. I'll give you Aston Villa.
Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Aston Villa are an English team. The stadium is called Villa Park.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Sherwood is the current manager.
No, he's not.
Oh, he was a manager there. Fabian Delph came from there.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, Agbonlahor plays for them. Their colours are like a maroony purple type colour, and light blue sometimes. Villa Park. Aston Villa. Chelsea beat them 8-0 at the end of the 2010 season at home. Aston Villa, they got to the FA Cup final last year.
Yep.
Yes. Aston Villa. Who's the captain? Who plays for them? Just list some players. Come on. I can't think of stuff. They're a very boring team. No, I'm going to lose again. No.
Yes. Sean loses. He only got 9 facts.
Jeez. It's like I could just list off all their players there. Yeah.
Michael
and
Richards.
nail some points.
Yeah,
I just
could
couldn't
have
think of
done
who
that with
plays.
Bayern Munich as well, but I didn't want to. It's a bit of
Yeah. I think cheap's the way, bro.
And Robin Murray gets Lewandowski.
Yeah. You could just keep going. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's fine. That's actually fine.
Oh, dear.
Next time when we do team minute to win it, just list players.
I'm not very good at that game. Well,
it's one game at pop, so.
Oh, no. Not too bad. So we're evens. But that's all the time we got for this week. So join us next week, where Jose Mourinho might not be the football manager, the Chelsea Football Club manager anymore, which would be interesting.
I know all the light blues are laughing right now.
Yeah, they are. And all the reds too. Yeah. But anyway, thanks for joining us.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on
Twitter.
Instagram and Twitter.
We're everywhere. Just search for Halftime Blues. And share this video, share this podcast if you like it. Let us know if there's any ideas that you have too for the show to make it better. Cool. See you guys next week.